If I had made a video like this a few years ago, I would have probably begun with something like, if you've been around the internet for a while, then you probably recognize the name 4chan. But what about 2chan? But to be completely honest, even though the vast majority of the internet traffic is directed to major websites such as Google, YouTube, social media sites, Reddit, Amazon, or any other infinite amount of goddamn streaming services, I feel like way more people know about sites such as 4chan nowadays, compared to the earlier days of the internet, that is. I'm willing to bet, however, that even fewer people than that know about what I would like to call 4chan's neighbor websites. Now, these not only vary by the number at the very beginning of the web address, but also by the type of content that is allowed in each of them. 4chan can be unhinged sometimes. I think we all know that. But some of these other sites just allow illegal content to be posted, no filter at all. Which is why I won't even be trying to obtain images or screenshots of the majority of these. One of these neighbor websites that has a very interesting backstory and origin though, and one that we can talk about, is none other than 4chan's Japanese predecessor, 2chan or Futaba channel. Or Futaba channel? I'm actually not sure about the pronunciation, so forgive me for that. Now, that is a quick and easy answer to the question of what is 2chan. It is a Japanese text and image board that was founded in the year 2002 by a completely anonymous user. The website is almost exactly to the style of 4chan. Main differences, of course, being the language and the culture surrounding the website. What makes 2chan so interesting and unique, however, is the multiple layers of controversy and legal battles that came prior to its creation. All these taking place between the founder of the original Chan website, Hiroyuki Nishimura, and the domain name registered since the early 2000s, Jim Watkins. I could go into a bit more detail about Jim Watkins, but aside from knowing that he had been the domain name register for 2chan basically since the very beginning, there's nothing else to add here. Or at least nothing relevant for this video, I suppose. You might have noticed that I mentioned that Jim Watkins and Hiroyuki Nishimura have been in business since the early 2000s. However, earlier during the video, I had also mentioned that 2chan was founded by an anonymous user back in 2002. Well, let me explain. Hiroyuki Nishimura is the founder of the original version of 2chan, 2channel. He created 2channel in May 30th, 1999 as a college student at the University of Central Arkansas. Back then, the website looked more like a Japanese bulletin board. There were no images or any other content other than text posts. And one of the main attractions for the users from Japan was that, since the servers were in the US, the website was able to bypass censorship that otherwise the website would have to follow. Because of this, the website enjoyed a great amount of success. So much in fact that 2channel was the most searched for term on Google in the year 2002 in Japan, and growing to be the most popular website again in Japan by 2004. The name 2channel comes from its original conception. Prior to 2channel, there was Amazu, the original Japanese bulletin board that popularized this format back in 1997. That will make Amazu, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right actually. That will make Amazu channel 1 and 2channel channel 2. Amazu would also be the place where Nishimura would originally start promoting his new and upcoming website. This is more or less where 2chan branches off what will become years and years of controversies, legal battles, and police investigations. You see, 2channel was becoming so popular at the beginning of the new millennium that the traffic it was receiving was reaching its limits, and a rumor amongst users of the website's imminent shutdown starting spreading massively. 2chan, otherwise known as Fubata channel, came into fruition on August 30th, 2001. It became sort of a refuge for 2channel users once shit hit the fan and lights were turned off. Interestingly enough, this is the website that 4chan's creator, Christopher Mood Po, originally came in contact with and worked as a direct inspiration for 4chan. But moving on. I feel like it's also fair to say that 2chan has not been exactly clear of any and all controversies since it was founded in 2001. However, compared to the issues some of the other boards have faced, 2chan's doesn't seem so intense in comparison. Or at least not that I could find, but please feel free to correct me in the comments. So whatever happened to 2channel then? Did it end up shutting down? Well, no, not exactly. But the website and the owner sure went through a lot of trouble. 2channel went through a number of controversies before the very convoluted split and rebranding that it went through in 2014. In 2009, its founder, Nishimura, had claimed to give up the ownership of the website to Packet Monster, a company located in Chinatown, Singapore. Nonetheless, in 2012, he went under investigation by the Tokyo Metropolitan Police for violating Japanese narcotic control laws. Police claimed that Nishimura never really gave the website to any company, that he was still running the operation, and that Packet Monster was nothing but a shell company. Additionally, they argue that over the 5,000 cases of posts requesting to purchase of narcotics, only 3% of them were actually deleted from the website. This investigation never led anywhere, however, and the case was dropped in 2013. A little more down the road, 2channel was also the victim of a cyber attack when a hacker by the name of Sashi Eki was able to break into a database of a paid service by 2channel called 2channel Viewer. 2channel Viewer allow users to read archived posts or those who will go over 1,000 comments. The hacker ended up leaking the information of over 70,000 users. Wikipedia also claims that some of these users were politicians and writers. Finally, it was in February 2014 that Jim Watkins took possession of the website 2channel, under the claims that Nishimura had not been paying him for the web hosting services, and that by taking over the website, he was covering Nishimura's debt to him. Now, this is where the story gets a little convoluted, so please bear with me. Nishimura, as a response to what he called illegal website hijacking, created 2chan.sc by copying and pasting the code of 2channel, which was now called 2chan.net, and just updating his new website every time a new post was created in 2chan.net. If I'm not mistaken, when you visit 2chan.sc, you're visiting the closest you can get to the original 2channel. At this point, you might be thinking that Jim Watkins successfully just stole the original website from Nishimura. However, things are not that simple. Under Japanese jurisdiction, Nishimura owned the trademark of 2channel. As a result of this, in 2016, Ron Watkins, the son of Jim Watkins, registered the trademark of 5channel in Japan, running their operations with Loki Technologies, which Jim Watkins is the chairman of, and his wife the majority owner of said company. Eventually, in October 2017, 2chan.net begins redirecting its users and visitors to 5chan.net, otherwise known as 5channel. Finally, and because of course everything always runs back to 4chan for some godforsaken reason, in 2015, Hiroyuki Nishimura purchased the 4chan ownership rights from Christopher Poole, and he has been the owner of the site ever since. So, there you have it. 2chan, 2chan, and 2chan. Their convoluted stories and conflicts. My head hurts. Good night.